Hello, everybody, and welcome back to TNT. My name is Tommy, and I am in an insane asylum where apparently Cthulhu is killing inmates by twisting their neck around. And
Damn.
I apparently am high on
Gas.
Joker toxin. Pierce, wake up. There we
My
go.
head.
Yeah, we're good.
We need to move on.
Okay, I could swear that you had died. And just like that, we're at the very end of the chapter. You know what, folks? I could have restarted at the beginning of another chapter, but that's okay. I don't like to cut snippets when I don't have to. And that's not because of laziness of editing. That's because I want to give you the full potential of what's actually incredible during a game. That's just my preference. I hope you understand it. Why am I adopting this tone of voice? I don't know.
Who goes there?
Not terrifying at all.
That nightmare again. I need a drink.
Yeah. You're not questioning at all how you got here? That's okay. This place is actually quite beautiful in the daytime.
Fine, do what you want. I'm just...
You're awake, Mr. Pierce.
I am.
How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
But you were
You
there.
were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
It seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Your memory seems to be failing.
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
I have no memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital. And called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
Story break here. Why would he feel compelled to free Pierce in the first place? If they didn't have the shared experience down in the tunnels, then they wouldn't have this sort of deep companionship over some sort of trauma. So why would he feel compelled to rescue him? That doesn't seem to be sensible. Sarah Hawkins was committed.
I found
yes.
a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Because they have very dramatic names. I don't know.
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Alright.
I met a Francis Sanders. You know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
He called him the Shambler, a sort of crisis.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
Better to confront the truth. Let's stay prudent. You know, I'm a truthful guy. Right? Right? Trevor? Comment below if you think I'm truthful.
He's right. We can't ignore the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better madness than ignorance. Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
What a great finishing line. Don't end up in the hospital, you freak. Okay. Thanks, buddy. So how about that drink that I was talking about?
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may.
The voice acting is
However,
on
before
point.
we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Oh, hi.
Well, look who's here.
What are you doing here, kitty cat?
You know each other.
We met briefly. Time enough to iron out a few matters. The main thing is that we understood one another. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable.
Can we just comment on the fact real quick that Kat's last name is Baker? So she's a cat baker? Meow.
Would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
And we're back to truth now. You must not feel guilty about your husband's psychology. He is rather frightened of something in the dark. He died screaming right before my eyes. I was no longer there when it happened. You're taking it quite well. Oh, God. Okay, so I did peek that there is a trophy to quote-unquote push her to the limit. That's apparently a trophy. Do I want to do that? No, I'm going to be a professional.
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason.
Dress
He
graphic is
suffers
freaking
no
out.
longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words.
This will affect your
Nobody
destiny.
in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
I share your grief, but I had nothing to do with it. The true culprit is Fuller. It wasn't me who sent him there. Oh, that'd be so cruel.
So ask Fuller, he's the eminent doctor. But I would caution you, you'll find his treatments more terrifying than the illnesses he sets out to cure.
That churl no longer takes the trouble to receive me. He sends his secretary to tell me that I cannot see Francis. Me. His own widow. He must think that I am a terrible wife for having abandoned him in such a way. But I only wanted what was best for him.
I'm not here to condemn you, Mrs. Sanders.
Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Of course. How do you know Sarah Hawkins? What is Kat doing here? Did he speak to you of a Shambler? That's the most important question.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? Shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can't imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
It's a painting?
The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it, I would urge you to make the most of your visit. Because I count on ridding myself of that thing as soon as I can.
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
It's like she's already sold it. Oh, that's right. I already sold it right when I found out he died. Sorry. Lol. Lol.
Did she really care for him after all?
Dear Madam, I acknowledge receipt of the letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I am sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return his body to you. At the moment of his internment, you signed a discharge allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit. I extend my deepest condolences to you. Wow.
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Okay. That's just a picture of the painting. I'm already a little bit on edge. Okay. Where'd she go?
A house of artists. Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even? Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting? He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
Oh, I can't even see it. Oh, that's not good. Which means when he actually lays eyes on it, it's going to be horrific. Okay.
He didn't want Sanders to have the painting. She must have felt devastated. She despises Sarah Hawkins, but it's the painting she truly hates. Why?
Occultism? What? Whoa, whoa. Oh, dear God.
Shambler. I need to see it.
No, you really don't. You really, really don't. You can just drop this case and go back to the father and say, yeah, she was in a mental asylum because she went bonkers. I'm so sorry, that's insensitive. I should really go to the gallery. Or leave. Wait a minute. Is that a hiding spot? Gosh. Urgh, that's a hiding spot, which means there's going to be more stealth. Okay. Okay, I'm going to memorize the layout as best I can right now. Because if that is a hiding spot, that means that I'm going to have to try to make my way out of this place. But I may be jumping ahead. Is this the gallery? No, it's not. What do you want?
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
Another painting by Sarah Hawkins. I've got to verify the paintings for a buyer. He's not eloquent. I'm here to create problems for you. I feel like he's just flirting with her now.
I'm not here to cause trouble, if that's what's worrying you.
Worry me? Don't overestimate yourself. If the last beating wasn't enough for you, I can always give it another go. But as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
Man, they're so flirty. And you, what are you doing
And
here?
you? What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings.
Oh, of course she did.
She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say?
That's just a lie. And you know it's a lie. Are you a liar?
A strange Amerindian pendant.
I just take it. All right, bye.
I could use one of those.
Oh, man. No. Oh, I took it. Gosh dang it. Would you read the book? Yeah? Oh, boy. I got a trophy for that. I don't think you guys can see it, but apparently I got a trophy for it. Is that a hellhound? And tentacles, and it looks like the same star symbol with an eye that was in Francis Sanders' cell. Okay. It is a kind of encyclopedia of monsters and unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist. Well, that was sudden. Ooh, duh. Okay. Pierce, calm down. You need to calm down. Before I go into that door back there, which I'm pretty sure leads me directly to the painting. Locked doors, that's not a good sign. I'm gonna have to make my way out of here. Yep, more locked doors. Great. More stealth. I'm gonna have to run or stealth or both. I don't know. What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. Whatever. Oh, I said I was gonna check the other doors before going into the last door. That's what I said. And then I just did that. I'm rambling because I'm pretty sure something's about to happen. I don't like you. Alright, bye. Oh, that's locked too. The heck? Hey, can I use your help?
Not now, sweetheart. I'd like to read this without some snoop looking over my shoulder.
Fine.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
That's interesting. And random. Okay.
Irene. I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes. I can't take any more. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
I actually passed the strength test. There is a key. Oh, I had to pass that strength test. Well, that's a little lame. Basically, no matter what type of person you make him, no matter what, he's going to pass at least one strength test. That seems cheap. Whatever. This is simultaneously creepy, yet kind of beautiful at the same time. I'm going to close this door. Yeah, that seems like a good idea. Oh, look, a blatant hiding spot. This is great. This is awesome.
The public entrance to the gallery.
Alright. Well, this is,
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Yeah. Yeah, baby. You fight that duck. Alright. Oh, you're so beautiful. Look at you. Look at you do that thing that you do. What's up, bear? Sphinxes have looked better. That's a dagger. Okay. There's weapons.
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
More daggers. Alright, I'm sensing a theme. Whoa, look at that one. It's like a double-edged dagger with, like, Moses tablets.
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
Oh, an oil. Oh my gosh. This is leading up to something so bad. Okay. Alright. Here we go. I can do this. Alright guys, so that was a great part. I'll see you next time. No, I'm kidding. I'm going up to it. Yep. Called it. Oh, dear God.
What the hell was that?
Okay. closet? Where's the closet? Where's the closet? There it is. I don't think that was fast enough. Can I break this open? Yep, I can break it open.
Maybe I can use this dagger.
How do I use it? Oof. How do I use it? How do I use it? Not like that. Apparently not like that. Guys, I'm going to call it here. Not because I'm scared, but because I'm running out of time. And I don't want this to run too long. So I will see you in the next part. And we will run or kill or... I don't know. We'll do a thing. Wash your hands and stop looking at paintings, you fools. They're haunted, and they summon creatures from the afterlife, or the underworld, or the other world, or I don't know. Just stop looking at paintings. I'll see you next time.